After an 11-month absence from the senior game, Noel Hickey returns to the Kilkenny full back line for the first time since last year's All-Ireland final. His return allows JJ Delaney to revert to wing back, with Jackie Tyrrell now back in the corner. At the other end of the field, there's a start for corner forward Aidan Fogarty. His selection up front means that Derek Ling is able to move back into his favourite midfield berth. Cork's main selection poser was whether or not to start Diarmuid O'Sullivan on the edge of the square. In the event, the management team have given the man they call the Rock a renewed vote of confidence. It means that team captain John Gardner can play in his accustomed wing-back spot, and the midfield of Tom Kenny and Jerry O'Connor can remain unaltered. Niall McCarthy, replaced before half-time against Clare, once again starts on the 40. Michael Wadding is in charge, the man from Waterford. He's got James Owen and he's got Brian Gavin with him on the sidelines. And straight away switches and changes. Henry Shefflin going onto the 40, Martin Comerford going into full forward, and that was anticipated. Straight away Niall McCarthy for Cork, trying to set them into the first attack of the match, and back there to defend Noel Hickey. Good to see him back into the centre of the park, where it's taken well by Owen Larkin. Down into the inside forward line. Opportunity immediately here for Kilkenny to launch a decent attack there, with Martin Comerford trying to set it up there for Aidan Fogarty. Ran away from him, however. Back there as far as Roland Curran, at the centre half back for Cork, drives it away down the field towards Niall McCarthy. Picked up here by Ben O'Connor, trying to free it outside there to Cathal Naughton. We'll expect Naughton to do a little bit of roaming. Great sense of anticipation. The match everybody has wanted to see for weeks now in hurling. And that little pile-up will be finished, I imagine. Oh, the linesman, Brian Gavin's gone over there. Well, it really is hot and heavy. Should restart with a throw ball, but you never know. The fighting and the rowing just continuing and spilling over a little bit.
Definitely Tommy lost his hurley and didn't want to let the ball up, and McCarthy was trying to shift him off it, and I suppose that's when they got entangled with each other. It doesn't, when there's any real belts thrown, it's more just a pulling and dragging match, really.
Fitzpatrick for Kilkenny, a couple of players on the ground, runs in there towards Aidan Fogarty, looking to try and hit this angle shot over the bar, and he succeeds. It's the opening score of the match, coming in the 5th minute. Aidan Fogarty, the man who won man of the match here in the All-Ireland final a couple of seasons ago, and that was an absolutely brilliant point there. Donald O'Cusack taking the puck out inside towards Niall McCarthy, stopped in there. Brian Hogan's trying to get the ball away. Ben O'Connor trying to drag it out to himself. Jackie Tyrrell steps in, back towards John Gardner, the wing back, trying to put the teams level, and he succeeds. Great score. John Gardner making it a point apiece. Again, it's Owen Larkin just taking a tumble. The referee says play on. Richie Parr does. Well, expansively across here and held somehow. Nice strike, and that's over the bar. Good play there by Henry Shefflin. And the former team captain puts it over for his first point of the match. Only his second point to come from play, by the way, since he's come back from that very nasty injury. But he's made it 2 points apiece. Beautifully balanced match. Great score by Henry Shefflin. That's dropped there. And it's Richie Parr who tries to advance, failing to do so. John Gardner here to help out Ronan Curran, who had dropped that ball initially. Goes back to Derek Ling now. Little hand pass outside here. Henry Shefflin having a go from some distance. And Henry Shefflin has put it over the bar. What a point. A second for Henry Shefflin. And every indication that he is back to his very best. Comes out here towards Ben O'Connor again, and Ben O'Connor is getting on the ball time and again, and JJ Delaney will have to stick a little bit tighter to him. This time it's Noel Hickey showing the sharpness, even though he's been out for 11 months. Succession of injuries. Here's Sholagh O'Halpine. That was beautifully taken, delivered beautifully into the corner there towards Joe Dean. Over there is Michael Kavanagh. Joe Dean has possession. Sean Fitzpatrick after him. Number of other people as well. Jerry O'Connor now hand passing into the centre here, and that shot hit brilliantly by Patrick Horgan. The Glen man puts it over the bar, and Cork lead by 4 points to 3.
Their fantastic score, initially made by a fantastic interception and catch by Sean Og. Launched it up to Joe Dean, who didn't panic even though he was surrounded. Worked it to Jerry O'Connor, to Patrick Horgan, and he rifled it over. And it's really boiling up here now. It's really taken off as a game.
Big one down towards Barton Comerford against Diarmuid O'Sullivan. That's a good catch by Diarmuid O'Sullivan. That will build up his confidence again. O'Hal Bean now trying to get away from Henry Shefflin. Much better into the centre here to Jerry O'Connor from a huge distance out. Having a go, and that is an inspiring score. Jerry O'Connor. That's magical. And that all came about as a result of the catch by Diarmuid O'Sullivan, laying it off to O'Hal Bean into the midfielder. 3 players involved, and it's 5 points to 4. Huge one back down towards Richie Parr. Reaches Aidan Fogarty instead, and he's hooked and blocked, and it's come out to Shane O'Neill. In trouble there, however. Falls back once again here towards Henry Shefflin, and Shefflin setting up Owen Larkin for a shot here for Kilkenny, and he has fired it over the bar, his first of the day. Great work by the James Stephens player, who's made it 6 points apiece, and it's a thrilling opening 21 minutes. Fitzpatrick setting it up here for Henry Shefflin, skillfully forward there, beautifully done. As far as Owen Larkin, and Larkin with his customary accuracy straight over his second point, and it's 8 points to 6. Prodded forward here, but only as far as Tommy Welch, the wing back, right half for Kilkenny. Beautifully on for Fogarty. Again he makes a darting run from the corner. Explosive power as far as Eddie Brennan. Haven't seen a great deal of him so far. We have now first point, 9-6. That time it was beautifully taken down by Derek Ling. After him is Tom Kenny, but Kenny, who's a fast man, can't catch up with him yet, but he has now. Look at the number of players in there in the centre, and it's Owen Larkin emerging from that group. It's a dangerous moment, there's a goal chance, and it's buried, and it's Owen Larkin who gets the game's first goal after 29 minutes. Only his second time ever to crash a ball into the back of the net. Did it against Offaly last year in the Leinster Championship. He's done it in the semi-final of the All-Ireland here. Lovely little dart to take it around Shane O'Neill, and there was nothing Donald O'Cusack could do. 1-9 to 6 points. It's the biggest break in the match so far. Now is there a Cork response? Niall McCarthy chasing after it. Noel Hickey is there as well to guard it. He gets it in, however, as far as Jerry O'Connor has moved into the inside forward line towards his twin brother Ben. Cork need a score, and Ben O'Connor puts it wide. Could have been the moment.
Unbelievable stuff, Turan. I don't know how far outside the post it was, but great link-up play between the two twins. Fantastic goal at the other end for Kilkenny, and great work from their defence to set it up, and also Derek Ling, but Owen Larkin having a tremendous game at left half forward, and just rewards for how well he's playing to get that goal.
Well, Kilkenny came into the match as favourites. Comerford here, looking to try and release it to a colleague here, and again there is danger because Eddie Brennan's about, and Eddie Brennan has put it over the bar. 2 in a row now for Eddie Brennan. He's found his confidence, he's found his touch, they found their feet and their voices again. And Kilkenny are stealing away from Cork even in this first half, and they are the All-Ireland champions, and they are looking for 3 in a row this year. Eddie Brennan. And Eddie Brennan pushes that advantage forward to 9 points with his 3rd point of the first half. This is some performance. The Cats are certainly purring. Missed and fumbled there by Cathal Naughton, not quite in the best of form so far. Long way to go. Henry Shefflin, well, he looks fresh. He looks absolutely determined, and he's got a 6th point. He's flying. Inside towards Niall McCarthy, but again it comes back out there. JJ Delaney trying to get the ball away, comes out as far as Park Cronin, who's discarded the white helmet and puts it over the bar. His first point of the match. Here's Tommy Welch out into the middle of the park. There are Cork players there waiting for it, but they get in a muddle initially, and it breaks then for Cathal Naughton. Good support play by the Newton Shandrum player. Going for it himself. An explosive shot from 45 metres out. Draws a white flag. His first point of the day. And it is 114 to 10 points. It's down to a 7-point advantage. Shologo Halpine rises up but bats it down only to Charles Fitzpatrick. The Kilkenny skipper getting it forward there as far as Martin Coverford. Well rocked down by Dermot O'Sullivan. Is playing well this afternoon. Deserves full credit for that. Ben O'Connor getting the ball out. Gardner's to his right, doesn't need him. A little solo run here by Ben O'Connor towards his brother Jerry once again. Darting inside Jackie Tyrrell. Jackie's trying to get back. Still Jerry O'Connor inside there again. Timmy McCarthy. And that ball has gone over the bar. Good response for the Cork substitute, and Timmy McCarthy, who got a goal, of course, in the early stages of the second half when he came on as sub in the game against Clare. This time getting him with a point as Jerry McCarthy fed it up for him there. He was probably going for a goal, but it went up and over. 114 to 11. 6 points the difference. Kilkenny continuing to lead. Line ball to Cork, who trailed at half-time by 8 points. They're down by 6 at this stage against the All-Ireland champions of the last 2 years. O'Connor whipping it in off the stick of Fraggy Murphy to Cronin. Stopped brilliantly. JJ Delaney got in the way. Goalkeeper was diving one way. Ball's back out as far as Derek Ling, the midfielder. Left it behind when he was tackled there by Tom Kenny. Kenny loses the blue helmet and darts away in tenacious fashion from some 50 metres out. Having a go and putting it over the bar. His second of the game. Now the fans are a great deal more encouraged. It's a 5-point lead now. Martin Coverford touching it on as far as Richie Parr, and Richie Parr stumbling 13 metres out or thereabouts, trying to go forward. Inside here, Eddie Brennan surrounded by Cork players just outside the line, and the referee has signalled a penalty, and they are absolutely incensed about that because it looked outside. This is where it was happening. There's the 20-metre line, and there's the square to your right. Now there's where
he's 3 yards
held. That's not a penalty.
He's not given a penalty now.
He's not given a penalty. It's got to be a 20-metre line. Just got to be a free in.
And I'd say Henry tap this over and I'll be happy with the point and just keep, get the scoreboard working again from a Kilkenny point of view.
Yeah, he'll be very, very pleased just to put this over and steady a few Kilkenny nerves. 7 points for Henry Shefflin, just in case there was any doubt whatsoever about Kilkenny's resolution and determination to see off the Cork challenge. Brian Hogan again settling things down at centre half back for Kilkenny, getting it forward there. Again, it's Henry Shefflin driving it in inside towards Eddie Brennan, trying to balance it on his stick, succeeding there. Again, trying to make an angle, getting away from Brian Murphy and putting it beautifully over the bar. Wonderful point by Eddie Brennan. Good low ball inside here, intended for Eddie Brennan. Brennan couldn't get there first. It's Shane O'Neill instead, holding off all would-be approaches by Kilkenny, but then Larkin gets a favourable bounce back again, runs into John Gardner. There too is O'Neill. Gardner on his hands and knees, and then coming into lend support was Aidan Fogarty. Referee again's going to throw the ball in. 8 minutes to go in this All-Ireland hurling semi-final.
That's another factor, Gerard, is with the Kilkenny forwards. They won't allow soft clearances, which some other teams may.
And as a result of all of that, it's Derek Ling who nips in to put it over the bar. Well, he'll be absolutely delighted with that. And 119 now to 14 points. It's Cathal Naughton, by the way, who's been replaced by Paudie O'Sullivan. So the two O'Sullivans, Diarmid and Paudie, brothers, now once again in the Cork Championship team, just as they were at the outside of the championship against Tipperary, as we watch Willie O'Dwyer fire it in and put it over the bar. Willie is still around, still a wonderful operator, and the scores mount up impressively, and it's 121 now to Cork's 15 points. That is a 9-point difference. Well, Kilkenny led by 8 at half-time. You'd have been expecting a big recovery by Cork, but at this stage in the match, in the 67th minute, Kilkenny have even improve their half-time tally. 9 points in front as Kieran Fraggy Murphy gets involved there with one of the Kilkenny players, and it hots up. Oh, now that was a blow there which the referee will have seen. Has to have seen it because he was right next to it. Let's have a look at this again, Anthony. It may have been Tom Kenny who actually made contact. Let's just have a look at this again. Watch for Tom Kenny. Watch the hurley. There.
Yeah, maybe a little flick by Tom Kenny. And maybe he just caught, caught him somewhere on the sore side.
Let's hope John Fitzpatrick's okay. I'm sure he will make a very quick recovery. Painful, and he felt it, and the fans appreciate what a wonderful young captain he is. One more attack maybe by Cork. Not if Kilkenny have their way, not if TJ Reid has his. And TJ Reid also wants to share in the scoring off the post and over the bar. So two of the substitutes have come in for points in the second half. First Willie O'Dwyer, now TJ Reid. Great colleges player as well, TJ Reid. And over the post.
Fantastic underage talent, Jaron. He'd be looking for game time in the final at this stage now.
That's away there by Derek Ling. Into the corner towards Aidan Fogarty. It's such a good first half. 3 points in that first half. Looking for a fourth point. That'll do very, very nicely indeed. What a finish. What an absolutely brilliant finish this is. As the final whistle goes, it's Kilkenny who are en route to the All-Ireland final. Yet again, the dream of winning 3 in a row for this marvellous team is well and truly still in place. Today was Kilkenny's day. They won by 9 points. Kilkenny 123, Cork 17 points.